Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to the 1972 NFL season in Momentum Football. We're just about set for Week 9 action tonight on the channel. Looks like I had one last comment from my replay, from my game from last night's Week 8 between the Raiders and the Chiefs. I think you ought to go with New York Giants at Washington. That'll be a good one for the NFC East. Believe me, I was trying desperately to flex this game off the board, but the reason I stuck with tonight's game being the Philadelphia Eagles at the Houston Oilers in the Astrodome is because I didn't want to, as I really couldn't screw around with my board tiebreaker. So the second tiebreaker I use is record on the board. So since I'd already had the Giants on the board once this season, I didn't want to unduly screw around with the tiebreaker. So Philip Anderson, if you watch this later, that's my rationale for leaving the game as is. Cthulhu, my buddy Cthulhu up here knows I did everything I could to try to flex this game off the board. The main reason I tried to flex it off the board is because neither one of these teams is going anywhere this season. The Oilers we see are in dead last in the AFC Central, and the Eagles are also in dead last at 0-8. But as we also see from the standings, I changed out how I'm marking the color scheme, how I'm marking off the clinching status for the teams. The Dolphins and the Steelers, two of the real-life division champions, have clinched the playoffs. And on a related note, the Redskins will have a chance to clinch a playoff berth tonight as well in the NFL ticker later on. So I think we're all set to go here. We're not going to waste too much time with this one since time is a little bit on the short side. We'll start off right away with the coin toss in this one. Blue die is for the Oilers, white is for the Eagles, red is for the decision. So let's roll the decision. Let's roll a coin toss. That is a tie, but the winning team will receive. That is, oh wait, that's the wrong die. So, actually that kind of works. We'll change the red die out to now be the Eagles. The Eagles will win the coin toss and they will receive. We'll mark off a time on the clock, and we are underway with the opening kickoff. Neither team can return kickoffs or punts for a touchdown, but there is punt block chance, so we will be rolling the block procedure, at least for the Oilers. But the Eagles get their first drive of the game. And we're ticking 8 time off the clock already. That's an 8 coming off of Philadelphia's offense with a 45. And that's going to be a key run, which will be... Okay. So the Eagles getting a key run right off the bat. The 13 is going to be Poe James making that run. And a 41 says the Eagles are going to have to punt that one away. So that will pull momentum over toward the Oilers. And now the Oilers will get their first drive of the game. The Oilers will be taking 5 time off the clock. I have a feeling this is going to be a comedy of errors game tonight. 5 is coming off of Philadelphia's defense with a 14, and that's going to be an interception. The Eagles predictably can't return an interception for a touchdown. 23 says that will be Bill Bradley making that pick. We are probably in for a snooze fest, so I apologize for the quality of tonight's game. Like I said, and I'll explain this again later toward the end, I really tried to flex this game off the board. The Eagles with their second drive of the quarter, as we'll be taking 9 time off the clock this time. Going down to 7:20 remaining in the quarter. 9 is coming off of Philadelphia's offense with a 64. And that's going to be a field goal attempt. Wow. That is Tom Dempsey coming out to try to make this kick for the Eagles. He is an 11-43 on the field goal attempt. That's a 21. That kick is up, and it is good. 2, 9, 17 is 26 yards. Kick is up and good. And the Eagles will open up a 3-0 lead, as it is almost cavernous at the Astrodome tonight. I don't think either team really has too many fans here. So yeah, like I said, I tried to flex this game off the board, but didn't want to screw around with my board tiebreakers. The Oilers get their second drive of the first quarter, as they're taking 5 time off the clock. Down to 5:20 remaining. 5 is coming off of the Eagles' defense with a 33, and the Oilers will have to punt that one away. We will have to roll for a blocked punt. That did let the Eagles take the lead. We will have to roll for a blocked punt. 11 on red and white, and then 34 and under on blue and yellow. That's a 12, so that was close. Philadelphia definitely bringing the pressure, but the Oilers get the punt away. As the Eagles have a 3-0 lead here in the first quarter. Taking 7 time off the clock. Ten is coming off of Philadelphia's offense with a 24, and that's going to be a quarterback sack. The about 3,000 people we have in the Astrodome happy about that sack. And that will be, wow, an 11-yard loss. This is probably going to be one of those games that's almost entertaining in a train wreck kind of way. Let's see what the Oilers do with their third drive of the first quarter. Taking 7 time off the clock. 7. 6 is coming off of Philadelphia's defense with a 62. And that's going to be a touchdown pass for the Oilers. And that will allow the Oilers to take the lead. By a score of 6-3, pending the extra point. .36 says that will be Kent Burrow making that catch. He'll make that from 9 yards out. And we'll see who goes for the extra point on this one. Red and white for who attempts it. Blue and yellow for the result. Since the Oilers have 2 kickers. 46 is Skip Butler, and the 12 is going to be up and good. And that will give the Oilers the momentum along with a 7-3 lead. This drive will probably stretch into the second quarter for the Eagles. Taking another 5 time off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Into the second quarter. Let's also remember to update the score to now be 7-3 Houston. We took 5 time off the clock already. 6 is coming off of Houston's defense with a 31, and that's going to be a punt. The Eagles will have to punt that one away. No possibility of a blocked punt for the Oilers, or for the Eagles. Houston getting their first drive of the second quarter. That's another 6 time coming off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is coming off of Philadelphia's defense with a 34. The Oilers will have to punt that one away. 46 says no block, no return. Let's see what the Eagles can do with their second drive of the second quarter. Not a whole lot. 5 time coming off the clock. 2 is most definitely coming off of Houston's defense with a 41. That'll be a key penalty, and the Eagles' drive will stall on an offensive holding call. And that'll pull momentum all the way over for the Oilers, as the score remains 7-3 for the Oilers. Houston now with the ball again after the punt from the Eagles. We've got 10 time coming off the clock for the Oilers. 7, 8, 9, 10. 9 is coming off of Houston's offense with a 65. That's going to be another touchdown pass, and the Oilers are getting it done in the air with Dan Pastorini driving things for the Oilers tonight. Trying to play. At this point, both of these teams are playing for pride. 23 says that will be Kent Burrow making another touchdown reception. He'll make that one from 7 yards out. We'll roll the extra point the same way as we did before. All right, 36 is Skip Butler making the attempt again, and 34, the extra point is up and good. And the Oilers will now open up a 14-3 lead on the Eagles. Stadium cheers. Yay! Well, not really much of a cheer. The cheer is almost echoing here in the Astrodome tonight. Eagles with their third drive of the second quarter, as they're taking another 9 time off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 is coming off of Philadelphia's offense, but a 36, that's going to be punted away. And no chance of a block for the Eagles. And the Oilers, as long as they don't roll 11 time on this drive, the Oilers will get their last drive of the second quarter. This is almost a free play for the Oilers, or a free drive for the Oilers, I should say, because they will get the ball to start the second half. That's 8 time coming off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is coming off of Houston's offense, but a 34. The Oilers are going to have to punt that one away. We'll see if Pastorini gets the punt blocked. No block, no return on that one. This drive for the Eagles should take us right into halftime. An all ones roll wouldn't take us into halftime, but I don't expect that. Yeah, that's a lot more than 1 time. That's 10 time coming off the clock. There's the gun for halftime, and at the half, score is now 14-3 in favor of the Oilers. Fast-moving game tonight, and I will take my usual small break. Don't forget, we have the NFL Ticker brought to you by Ultra Quick Football by Downey Games. Tomorrow will be week 10 of the NFL season, and we'll be down in, let me double check what stadium we'll be in. We'll be at the Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida tonight, or tomorrow night, as we feature a matchup in the AFC East that probably won't be so critical, as the New York Jets will be taking on the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins are definitely in the hunt for the number 1 seed in the AFC. They're currently one of 2 undefeated teams left in the NFL, and both of them are in the AFC. Jets, Dolphins at the Orange Bowl tomorrow night, here on Phoenix Night Network. Anyway, in halftime, coming out of halftime, the Eagles did elect to receive the opening kickoff, so the Oilers will get the first drive of the second half. As we'll tick off our time, and the Oilers will get their first drive of the third quarter. Ticking 5 time off the clock. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is coming off of Philadelphia's defense with a 33. The Oilers will have to punt that one away. We saw the Eagles bring the heat on a punt earlier. Let's see if the Oilers get this one off. 62, the Oilers will get that one off easily. And here come the Eagles for their first drive of the third quarter. 5 time coming off the clock for the Eagles on their first drive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 5 is coming off of Houston's defense with a 32. And I guess the Eagles wanted to get in on the punting game tonight as well. Let's see what the Oilers are doing with their next drive. That is probably not something they want to see. 7 time coming off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 9 is coming off of Houston's offense, but a 16. That's going to be an interception. Second interception the Oilers have thrown tonight. Eagles, of course, can't return that for a touchdown, but we will give somebody credit on that one. That will be Chuck Allen making that pick. And that'll pull momentum over toward the Eagles, who get their second drive of the third quarter. We'll be taking 6 time off the clock once the die stops spinning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 is coming off of Houston's defense with a 51. That's going to be a field goal attempt, and the Eagles are going to be looking to get back into this game. Dempsey was already good from 26 earlier. Let's see what he does with this kick. That's a 66. That kick is up, and that is no good. Misses it terribly wide right. 36, 43, a 60-yard kick as Dempsey just did not have the leg to put into that one. Score remains 14-3 in favor of the Oilers. Oilers with their third drive of the third quarter. Taking 7 time off the clock. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is coming off the team with momentum right now, which is actually the home team right now. That's Houston. 61 is going to be a field goal attempt. And here will come the kicking team for the Oilers. And we'll roll it the same way we rolled for the extra point. Red and white for the attempt. Blue and yellow for the result. 23 is Butler making that kick. 33 is up and good. 9, 14, 31-yard kick for Butler. Score is now 17-3 in favor of the Oilers. Stadium echo cheers, and I can't really do the echo cheer that I have in mind. Eagles apparently missed the memo that playing for pride is perfectly okay tonight. Let's see what they do with this drive, though. Taking 10 time off the clock. The Eagles chewing up time. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 coming off of Philadelphia's offense with a 44. That's going to be a key penalty. And since there's no momentum right now, it's going to go in favor of the home team. So the Eagles will have another drive stall on an offensive pass interference call. No block, no return, of course. The Oilers, this drive will probably take them into the fourth quarter. Yep, 7 time will be enough to get us into the fourth quarter of this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see, 5 is coming off of Philadelphia's defense, but a 65. It's going to be another touchdown pass, and the Eagles' defense has been kind of porous, to put it mildly, tonight. Rolling for the touchdown reception. 46 is going to be Charlie Joyner getting in on that one. And he'll take that in from 10 yards out. And the Oilers will open up a 23-3 lead pending the extra point. Let's see. 15 is Butler, and the 46, the extra point is up and good. And the Oilers now open up a 24-3 lead on the Eagles. The Astrodome echo cheers once again. We'll take off our time for the kickoff, and then the Eagles will get their next drive, their first drive of the fourth quarter. Taking 8 time off the clock, the Eagles need points. They need touchdowns is what they need. 8 is coming off of Philadelphia's offense with a 62. That's a field goal attempt. Not what you want to see if you're the Eagles on this one. Dempsey coming back out. Dempsey was good from... Let's see, that was a score in... Okay. Dempsey was good from 26 earlier in the game, but he missed from 60. Let's see what the Eagles do with this one. And 11, that one's up and good. Let's see, 1, 7, and 17 is a 24-yard chip shot. And the Eagles now trying to pretend they have some signs of life. 24-6, though, is the score. A long way to go if you're an Eagles fan. The Oilers will get the ball. The Eagles aren't going to bother with an onside kick here. Their season's going nowhere. They're just playing for pride at this point. They're going to kick that one deep and get this one over with. The Oilers up next with their next drive, taking 10 time off the clock. The Oilers get a punishing drive out of that one. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, down to 7:20 remaining in the quarter. 11 is coming off of Houston's offense with a 46. That's going to be a key penalty. And that'll be a defensive pass interference on the Eagles. So it'll let the Oilers keep the ball and keep their drive going. This reading will come off of the offense no matter what. As we take another 7 time off the clock. Down to 5 minutes remaining in the quarter, and a 53 is a key reception. Oh boy. The Oilers are going to try to keep this drive going again. Red and white for who makes the attempt, blue and yellow for the result. 55 is Charlie Joyner making that key reception, but a 53 is going to be a punt. And we'll roll for the blocked punt for the Oilers. .21, the Eagles came with the heat, but Pastorini able to get that one away. So the drive for the Oilers stalls, and the Eagles now coming out with 5 minutes remaining in the game. Seven time coming off the clock. 5, 6, 7. 6 is coming off of Houston's defense with a 66. That's going to be a touchdown pass, and the Eagles are finally going to get something on the board in total garbage time. Let's see what the Eagles can do with that one. Let's see, that will be Harold Jackson making that catch from 11 yards out, actually. And Dempsey will have to roll for the extra point. But the Eagles now have cut into the Houston lead as they now trail 24-12 pending the extra point. That's a 62. Ooh, that was close. Houston definitely bringing the heat, but Dempsey will get that off, and the extra point will be good. As the Eagles now trail by a score of 24-13. Astrodome yawns. Momentum should be over here. Not that it's likely to matter for the Oilers, because that ball is the Eagles once again are going to kick it deep. The Oilers, if they roll 8 times here, this will be their last. Actually, if they roll at least 8 times, this will be the last drive of the game. Which that is exactly 8 times, so they will get their last drive of the game. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 11's coming off of Houston's offense. 62 is going to be a field goal attempt. We'll roll for the field goal as we've done for the extra points the whole game. 63 is just barely Butler, and the 24 is up and good. And that will be 18, 24, 41-yard return, 41-yard kick. And that will be the final gun for the game. And the Houston Oilers will take this one by a final score of 27-13. Let's see. The Eagles picked up 10 points in the fourth quarter. The Oilers scored 17. They would have scored 10 in the fourth. Yep, okay. So the Oilers will actually go to 2-7, and the Eagles will remain winless at 0-9. And the Oilers get at least a little bit of pride out of this one. But we are not done yet. We've still got NFL Ticker coming up next. It is now time for the NFL Ticker, brought to you by Ultra Quick Football by Downey Games. The Houston Oilers managed to salvage a little bit of pride on a disastrous season as the Eagles continue their winless skid. The Oilers winning this one by a final score of 27-13. How did your team do over the rest of the league? Let's find out and ask the Ticker. We'll do the meaningless stuff first. As it stands now, that's just meaningless. First up, the Saints and the Falcons. The Saints roll a 67. They're adding 6 points to their base score. Falcons roll a 25. They're subtracting 3 points from theirs, but that's not enough, as the Falcons will take that one by a final score of 14-12. Bills and the Jets. Bills roll a 47, no change to their base score. Jets roll a 60, they're adding 3 points to theirs, and the Jets will take that one by a final score of 26-19. Raiders and the Bengals. Raiders roll a 53, they're adding 2 points to their base score. Bengals roll a 64, they're adding 3 points to theirs. And the Raiders will win a nail-biter against the Bengals by a final score of 16-13. Chiefs and the Steelers. Chiefs roll an 86, they're adding 10 points to their base score. Steelers roll a 15, they're subtracting 7 from theirs. And shockingly, the Chiefs will take that one by a final score of 12-6, and the Steelers will suffer their first loss on the season. Patriots and the Dolphins. Patriots roll a 93. They're adding 14 points to their base score. Dolphins roll a 16. They're subtracting 6 from theirs. The Dolphins will keep that one by a final score of 24-14. We'll come back to the Giants and the Redskins. Packers at the Bears. Packers roll a 31. They're subtracting 2 points from their base score. Bears roll a 43. No change to theirs. And the Packers will take that one by a final score of 11-3. Cardinals and the Cowboys. Cardinals roll a 66. They're adding 3 points to their base score. Cowboys roll a 10. They're subtracting 8 from theirs. We've got a tie. So we go to so those two are going to overtime. Cardinals roll a 4. They get no points. Cowboys roll a 13. They get nothing either. So the Cardinals and the Cowboys will end in a 10-10 tie. Colts and the 49ers. Colts roll a 69. They add 6 points to their base score. Niners roll a 59. They're adding 3 points to theirs. And the Niners will escape that one by a final score of 15-13. Broncos and the Rams. Broncos roll a 57. They're adding 2 points to their base score. Rams roll a 33. They're subtracting 2 from theirs. And the Broncos will take that one by a final score of 19-16. With the Packers win, this division matchup becomes pivotal as the Lions need to keep pace and keep ahead of the Packers. But they're in Minnesota playing the Vikings. Lions roll a 53. They add 2 points to their base score. Vikings roll a 90. They add 10 to theirs. And Minnesota plays a little bit of spoiler for the Lions as they win that one by a final score of 23-16. Browns and the Chargers. That's a huge loss for the Lions in the NFC Central. Browns and the Chargers. Browns roll a 99. They're adding 21 points to their base score. Chargers roll a 100. They're adding 21 to theirs. And the Chargers win a comparative shootout by a final score of 39-37. Moving back to a pivotal matchup in the NFC East. The New York Giants are at, I believe it's RFK Stadium, but let me find out for sure. It is RFK Stadium to play the Washington Redskins. The Redskins right now are 7-1 and in control of the NFC East. A Redskins win gives the Redskins control of the head-to-head tiebreaker, which is the first tiebreaker. A win also sends the Redskins to the playoffs. High-stakes game if you're the Redskins. Giants need this one to try to stay somewhat relevant in the playoff race. Do the Redskins take control of the NFC East along with one of the 6 playoff berths? Let's find out. Giants roll a 36. No change to their base score. Redskins roll a 74. They add 7 to theirs. And the Washington Redskins join the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins in the playoff picture for 1972 with a score of 18-6 over the Giants, which also, actually, I lied. I don't think that does give the Redskins the season series over the Giants. Let me look at the ticker though for what's been played. Let's see. No, actually, it's going to be a split on. It's going to be a split on the season series for the Redskins. So the Redskins pull off a season. I lied when I was hyping this up earlier. The Redskins will actually pull a season split on that one with the Giants, but it will still move the Redskins to 4 up on. Actually, I believe that's going to be 3.5 up. And the Cowboys' loss. What did the Cowboys do tonight? The Cowboys actually ended in a tie. That's their first tie of the season. So the Redskins are at least in the playoffs, but I don't know if they've clinched the NFC East yet. Probably not. But I could be wrong when I go to update the ticker. When I go to update the standings. But that is your NFL ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow night. Tomorrow night will feature Week 10 of the 1972 NFL season, as we'll be at the Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida, as the last undefeated team in the NFL, the Miami Dolphins, host the New York Jets in an AFC East matchup. As for what else is coming up on the channel, Saturday, my 800th video on the channel will be this week's Mystical Munchies, as we continue out of the official Catan cookbook with the side, 7-grain bread. Sunday, we're continuing our RPG month as we play the Legacy of Cthulhu, and Wednesday next week, we're jumping into our American Interceptor as we intercept the America Bombers in Defending America, intercepting the America Bombers. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.